Look around. Your life is being stolen, and not by somebody else, but by the tiny screen in your hands. It takes control over your time, your life, your autonomy, your thought process, and it's from scrolling, from those quick dopamine hits that we all need, the notifications. It's killing your potential one moment at a time. I'm sure you've seen the dopamine detoxes, the dopamine resets, the fasting, or the 7-day this, or the 30-day that. But the thing about challenges is they don't really work. And the reason is because you do something for such a short period of time with the expectation that you're just gonna go right back to what you were doing before. I also want to get one thing straight. Dopamine is not a toxin. It's a neurotransmitter and hormone that our brains naturally produce. So this is not something that we need to actually detox from. So instead of doing a detox, we're gonna do a habit reset. So we're gonna implement some very specific goals and things that we can follow throughout the next 7 days that we can continue on and try to rewire our brains into not needing the instant hit, not needing to open up Instagram every 2 seconds. And in the description below, you can download my dopamine reset. It's just a PDF file that you can follow along, and it will give you some really good ideas on how to really take charge in this and change those habits. So what does dopamine actually do? It hijacks your brain's reward system and then floods that. So of course you want to continue doing things that feel good. Scrolling, shopping, energy drinks, junk food, all of these things help with dopamine hits. It also delays long-term gratification, long-term motivation. So we're constantly seeking the next hit. We're never able to focus on the thing that's at hand or focus on a prolonged goal. And that is a problem because you are just going to continue to jump from rock to rock to rock of dopamine hits and not actually achieve your long-term goal that you're wanting to. Some main ways that we get into this dopamine trap is scrolling through social media, online shopping, playing video games, even streaming and binge watching our favorite shows. And I am guilty of this as well. You just want to continue the ride. But what you notice is 5 hours go by and you've lost an entire day of activities and things that you needed to do because you just decided to sit down and watch one TV show, which ended up propelling into 5 hours. So some signs that you're dopamine trapped include that you can't focus for more than 15 minutes, that you're constantly checking your phone, you have zero progress on your personal goals, you're constantly feeling unsatisfied and anxiety when not stimulated, and then your inability to enjoy deep work, and you have a lot of surface level relationships. Everyone is guilty to some of these at an extent, but if you kind of notice like, oh, yep, check, that's me, that's me, that's me, that sounds like you, there's definitely a few things that we can change to help you reset that or create better habits, like I said in the beginning, to live amongst the technological age, but then not be controlled by it. So instead of a dopamine detox, let's think of this like a 7-day reset / learning how to build new habits. We're gonna take it beyond the 7 days. What you're gonna do is try to take a few of these different habits that we're building and really stick to them. So for day 1, we're gonna have awareness. We're gonna write down everything that we think that we are addicted to that is depleting our dopamine. What are my addictions and what do I wanna change? So this means deleting social media apps, turning off notifications that you don't need. I would even cut out TV. Like try to cut out TV for a day and see what happens. Maybe you pick up the guitar, maybe you start journaling, maybe you call a friend that you haven't talked to in a really long time. When you allow more space in your life, it's amazing the creativity that can come through. It also means no mindless scrolling, so you're not gonna have that problem because we already deleted the social media apps. And then again, journal your triggers. Journal throughout the day how you're feeling, and every time that you have the urge to pick up your phone, write it in your journal and end up seeing at the end of the day how many times that your phone actually controls you. Sometimes you notice if you're sitting there getting gas or you're in the middle of a conversation even to just like look at your phone really quick. And you're like, oh wait, why did I just do that? It's because your brain is hijacked. And every single person that has an iPhone is living this way. And that's why I think it's really important to audit and do a dopamine reset and then add these habits in that will fulfill you. All right, so day 2 is a digital detox. I'm gonna focus on no phone for the first hour upon waking. That means you have to wake up earlier. Good, that's even better. No phone an hour before your bedtime. So absolutely no blue screen in the morning and no blue screen at night. That way you can kind of gather your thoughts and set your intentions for the day before diving into all of your notifications. Day 2, we're gonna go for a long walk. And I mean like longer than a mile with no phone. You're just gonna go with no distractions. I heard of this thing called the color walk, and it's where you pick out a color, say yellow, and you just mindfully focus on everything around you in that walk that is that color. So yellow flowers, a sign, a house, a car. It really helps de-stress and just kind of bring our minds out of the fight or flight mode from the day. All right, day 3, we're gonna develop a skill. We're gonna take what you've always wanted to do. So say it's start writing a book, say it's playing guitar or reading. You're gonna pick a hobby and you're gonna do that for at least 30 minutes today. Today, humans have an attention span shorter than a goldfish, and that's really sad. So today, focus on deep work. Focus on a hobby that you've wanted to do and actually go out there and do it now that you have space and time that you've created from taking out all of these dopamine hits. Day 4 is a physical reset. We are gonna work out without any music, without any phone. Do what feels good. If that means going for a run, go for a run. If that means doing some yoga, do that. Whatever feels good to your body is what you're gonna wanna do. We're gonna focus on being mindful and present. Listen to your breathing. Day 5, we're gonna focus on a relationship reconnection. So that one friend that you've been wanting to talk to that you haven't in a long time, call them. Call your mom, call your dad, get into real conversations with somebody and actually be present. Usually I'm very guilty of this. I'll be on the phone with my mom or, someone I'm just talking to, and I'll just like open up Instagram and start scrolling, or it's like, for what? Why can't I be more present? That's because my dopamine is hijacked right now. And focus on relationship building, deep listening, active listening. Even write down what they're saying if you want, to give your hands something to do. But that is what we're gonna focus on today. Day 6 is a creative exploration. Pick a creative outlet, whether that be paint, go grab some paints from a paint shop, or try learning a dance. You won't be consuming anything, but if you have to use your phone or computer for like a YouTube tutorial, do that, but stay focused. So if you're wanting to paint flowers, learn how to paint flowers. Day 7, we're wrapping everything up. So I want you to journal anything that you changed and how you felt about it. So if you really enjoyed the long walk, the color walk, then write that down and see how you can implement this in your everyday life. We're doing these habits to evolve into something better and greater than ourselves, out of the dopamine mess that we're in. It's not just like a 7-day, try it and then go back to your ways. If turning off your phone 2 hours before bed really suited you, do that. If you get home from work and you notice that not immediately turning the TV on allowed you more time to unload the dishwasher and be with your dog and be present in your home, then implement that into your everyday life. Some dopamine management rules to just implement in your everyday life is: use technology, don't let it use you. Create before you consume. Practice extreme selectivity. That means not opening your social media apps every 2 minutes. Build meaningful systems. So if this means when you're on the phone, writing down what your friend is saying so you can remember, or going on more mindful walks, start building those systems to help you stay on track. During these 7 days, you get something done that you never thought you could. Life is happening right now. Not tomorrow, not when things are perfect, right now in this moment. Choose growth over comfort. Start living and not just existing. I hope this helps, guys. Until next time.